Welcome to my studio. Today I'm going to be offering up a short practice, I promise, 15 to 20 minutes. And it's going to be geared towards runners who oftentimes are kind of moving more in a sagittal plane and need to create more space in the inner outer thighs, in the upper back, finding some twists and some heart openers. So being that it's a short practice, let's get started on our backs. You can take the feet together and let the knees go wide. And just take your left hand to your heart and your right hand to your belly. And if bringing those knees wide is difficult, feet as wide as the mat and drop those knees in towards the middle. And then from that space, letting all the air out of the lungs, taking a nice big breath in, filling all the way up. An open mouth exhale, lets it go. Inhaling, finding the length of the spine, the expansiveness of the belly. And exhaling, softness in shoulders, softness in face. Inhaling, perhaps those inner thighs, a little bit of space there. And exhaling, letting any tension or tightness that you feel, little pieces of that go. And then from there, beginning to zip the lips and finding a nice inhale and exhale out through the nose. And just beginning to settle into that breath, that audible in and that audible out. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling out the nose. If you've got a stuffy nose, inhaling and exhaling out the mouth is fine. But if you can bring that breath in and out through the nose, you're going to find more connection, more awareness, and ultimately more profound experience in your practice and in your body. Big breath in and complete breath out. And then taking those hands to the outside edges of those knees, we'll begin to draw those knees together. And you can take those knees so they're right about parallel with the ceiling and the earth. Arms can come out to the side, letter T style. Nice big breath in here. On the exhale, drop those knees over to your right. And maybe they don't go anywhere near the earth. That's okay. Maybe they soften all the way down. And keeping that gaze over towards the right. You're here for 3. Thinking about breathing into the left side body. Finding space from the hips through those armpits. Inhaling. And exhaling. Breath in. And breath out. And then inhale, bring it back towards your center. Exhale, softening over to the other side. And softening gaze over towards the left as well here. Just long right side body, big inhale. And complete exhale. In through the nose. Out through the nose. Breath in. And breath out. And then inhaling, bringing it back towards that center. And from that space, we'll start to roll forwards and backwards, length of the spine. And beginning to roll all the way up into a tabletop. From the space with the hands right up underneath the shoulders and the knees right up underneath the hips, you're going to slide that right leg out to the side. And you want you can barely see my foot here, but you want that foot to be pointing at 12 o'clock. Your hands are going to be right up underneath your hips. And we're just going to let the tailbone rise and lift the heart. Let the collarbone area smile. Throat is open. Exhale, draw the chin towards the chest. Hollow out the belly. Draw the low ribs in. The tailbone's going to reach towards the heels. And you're using the earth beneath you to create space. Inhaling, opening that heart space. Dropping the belly, tailbones up. Exhale, hollow out the belly. And draw the chin towards the chest. Inhaling, nice and long in that spine. Exhaling, hollowing it out. And one more time here. Inhale. And exhale. And then inhale, bring it back into a neutral spine. And from that space, you're going to take that right leg and reach it towards the walls behind you. Bebecita's making an appearance. Inhaling, big breath in. Exhaling, left arm's going to reach towards the front of the mat. And you're just going to feel a nice line of energy from those fingertips to those toes, a connection in the midline body and in the backside body. You're here for 3. In and out through the nose, and 2, planting both of those hands, taking that right leg back out to the right. We'll inhale, take left arm up, and exhale, left hand's gonna slide underneath right armpit. You're gonna soften the shoulders and the ears down. Sometimes the head is like, no, I don't wanna get anywhere near the earth. And from there, you can slide a pillow or a block underneath that ear. And your option to stay is here, or take that right hand high, take a deep breath in, bend your right elbow, and slide your right hand on top of your left low back. And this is all optional wherever you're at. You're here for 3. Back side of the body long, and 2. Finding that breath, that ability to create space, and that ability to let go. And then taking both of those hands underneath the shoulders and finding your tabletop as you slide right knee underneath right hip. And from there, I'm going to walk my hands towards the side so you can get a different perspective. And we're going to take that left leg out. Yeah. And from that space, you're going to inhale, lift the heart, soften the shoulders. Exhale, hollow out the belly and draw the chin towards the chest, and not being caught up in what this looks like, trying to look like anything other than you as you just move with breath. You turn that gaze inwards, not outwards. Big breath in and big breath out. And then inhaling, bringing it back towards that tabletop. We'll take that left leg back and right arm's going to reach out in front. And it's just one line of energy. You're connecting the dots here for 3. In and out through the nose, and 2. Breath in and breath out. Take that right hand down, slide that left leg back out. Take a big inhale here. On the exhale, right hand can come underneath that left armpit. And just to show you what what a prop might look like, I'll show you this way. Right up underneath that ear. And that left arm can reach up towards the sky, bend the left elbow and slide it behind your right low back. And breathe. It's fascinating for me because I often get props out because I want to show people. And I end up recognizing that it actually opens up different areas of the body with the prop, which is really beneficial. To one more time, breath in and breath out. We'll inhale, take that left arm up. Exhale, take it back underneath the left shoulder. Slide your right hand underneath right shoulder, and left knee comes back underneath left hip. And then from that space, take a big breath in here. And on your exhale, push it back, downward facing dog. Think about softening those shoulders into the socket as you let the head be heavy and the neck be long, and as much bend in those knees as you need. You're just here for 3. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose, and 2. Put my hair up. Big breath in. And big breath out. And from there, we'll inhale, take that right leg up towards the sky. And if this is a challenge for you, you drop your left knee, you're in your tabletop, both knees, and inhale, right leg is high here. So wherever you're at, I'll modify this, not in the downward facing dog. And on the exhale, slide it through, find the front of your mat. You want your foot underneath your ankle. Your knee is stacking over ankle. And from there, we'll take those hands to the inside of that, or the top of that right thigh, and we'll just push that heart away and soften those shoulders down the back. Option to stick and stay here. Option to reach those arms up towards the sky and breathe for 3. Nice deep breath in and deep breath out in 2. Shoulders soft, heart is lifting. Inhale and exhale. And then big breath in here. On the exhale, take that left hand down and slide that right hand high. And just one line of energy from the fingertips to the earth. This is another one where a block underneath that hand can be great. A couple of books underneath that hand is another option as well. Or the earth, wherever you're at, for 3. In and out through the nose in 2. And on the exhale, release that. From that space, walk those hands inside of right foot. Begin to wiggle your right foot out to the side and slightly out towards the front, and just push those hips back. So it's going to look something like this. It might look something like this. And this is another one where a couple of books underneath your hands makes the arms longer and gives you the ability to go into the pose with a little bit more ease. And in that space of ease is often where you find a little bit more release. So wherever you're at, you're breathing for 3. In and out through the nose in 2. And from that space, we'll slide that right knee back underneath your right hip. Take a big breath in here. On the exhale, the chin and the chest soften down towards the earth, and then the belly comes. Tops of those feet go down, elbows kiss the ribs. Inhale, find your baby cobra, Legs are really strong here and reaching towards the walls behind you. Exhale, push it back, downward facing dog. And again, bending those knees in down dog is a great idea to create more space in the backside body. The feet are going to be hip width apart. The hands are going to be shoulder width apart. And again, if downward facing dog is entirely too challenging, you're just here. You're in your tabletop. Wherever you're at, you're there for 3. Finding that breath in and out through the nose in 2. Big breath in. And big breath out. Now, whether you're in your tabletop or your downward facing dog, that left leg is going to rise. And from that space, slide it through. Find the front of your mat. Take a big breath in here, softening that right knee down if it's not already there. And we'll take the hands to the top of that left thigh. And it's just an easy pushing and peeling here. And if you're starting to be like, woo, I ain't done this in a minute, left heel is going to reach towards the walls behind you or towards the back of the mat, and right knee towards the front. It's scissoring of the legs. And from that space, you find a little bit more length. So even if you're not weebling and wobbling, finding that connection there. And then if you like, arms will reach up. Shoulders soften down the back. Big breath in. Gaze is up for 3. You're in and out through the nose in 2. Breath in and breath out. Inhale here. Exhale, take that right hand down. Left hand comes high. Option to slide blocks underneath right palm and breathe for 3. In and out through the nose in 2. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. And then release that. Plant both of those hands to the inside of your left foot. Wiggle the left foot out and forward. And again, a little bit of length underneath those hands with some blocks or books works great. And just start to push the hips back. And you'll see, I do not have my butt all the way back by my heels. My hips are actually over my knees, my right knee, so to speak, as they fold forward for 3. In and out through the nose and 2. Nice job. Inhale here, guys. And exhale here. And then gently from that space, beginning to slide or pick your leg up and slide it underneath you. Knees underneath hips, hands underneath shoulders. Inhale, exhale all the way down towards the belly. Tops of those feet go down. Elbows kiss the ribs. Your cobra gets a little bit bigger. And on the exhale, we push it back. Downward facing dog. Breath in. Breath out. From that space, you'll begin to walk those feet towards your hands. And you want those feet hip width apart. Generally, that means about 2 fists width. And from there, we'll just grab those elbows and hang for a moment here and let yourself nod it out. Yes. And nod it out. No. Other forearm slides underneath. Little bit of weight, more in the toes, less in the heels. Nodding it out. Yes. Nodding it out. No. And then release those palms down towards the earth. Bring a little bit of bend into your left knee. This is a great one for blocks as well. Left hand's gonna go down. Right hand's gonna come to your low back. You're gonna check in with that back and make sure that it's square to the earth. So I could put a coffee cup on it and the coffee cup's not gonna fall. And then from there, maybe that right hand comes high. For 3, left knee bent, right leg straight. Maybe a little bit of movement in the wrist. In 2. And then exhale, release that. Inhale here, find your halfway lift. And exhale, right hand goes down, right knee bends, left hand comes high. I'll give you the side view on this side and breathe for 3. Maybe a little bit of movement in the wrist. In and out through the nose in 2. And on the exhale, release that. And from there, just gently begin to roll yourself up to standing. Take those shoulders up towards the ears, soften them down the back. The hands are gonna come to the hips and you're gonna step your right foot all the way towards the back of the mat and find 12 o'clock with both of those toes. Hands will come to the hips. Big breath in. On the exhale, we're gonna fold. Hands come down towards the earth. Inhale, find your halfway lift here. Exhale, just walk those hands back so they kind of line up with the feet. And this is another one where a little bit of extra arm can go a long way. Your shoulders are going to be rolling up the back towards the tailbone as you bring weight into the front part of the foot and breathe for 3. In and out through the nose in 2. Breath in. And breath out. And we'll inhale, find our halfway lift here. Exhale, walk it to the back of your mat or to your right side and begin to lower yourself down, which might look like this. Or maybe you come all the way down into Skandasana, left toes are peeling up. Wherever you're at, sitting in breath for 3. You're in and out through the nose in 2. Big breath in. And big breath out. Inhale, take it all the way back up, please. Exhale, walk it to the other side. Right toes can peel, or you're here, or you're, who knows, maybe your knee is like, girl, ain't nobody, you know what I'm saying? You're listening to the body. This practice is all about listening for 3. In and out through the nose in 2. And then gently from that space, walk it to the front of your mat. So you're in a nice big low lunge and you're just gonna slide that right knee behind your left ankle and sit down. And from there, we'll draw right leg up, right leg out in front. Left knee is gonna come up and towards the chest. You're gonna give your left knee a hug with your right arm and that right hand's gonna come behind you like a really, it's like an extra spine. Long in the spine as you breathe in, softening into the twist as you breathe out. Inhaling, exhaling, big breath in. And big breath out. And we'll inhale, bring it back towards our center. Exhale, find the other side. And then just take that left leg out and draw that right knee in. And hug it with your left. Look over your right shoulder. Nice and long in the spine. Breathe in. And breathe out. Inhale. Left toes are dorsiflex and left leg is active for 3 and 2. And we'll inhale, bring it back towards our center. Exhale, a little easy twist to the other side. And then right foot's gonna meet left at the front of your mat. You can give yourself a little walk, maybe pull your booty out from underneath you. Inhale, let those arms rise up. And exhale, find your forward fold. And again, maybe you get your little blocks and you soften those shoulders down the back and you just let the heart reach towards the toes here. Keeping some length in the backside of the neck, but perhaps not just dropping that head and closing off the throat. The throat is the connection between the heart and the head. And while I often will find myself closing it in my practice, I'm trying to remind myself to keep it open. The head's heavy, man. It's easy to just be like, but keeping a little bit of awareness moving forward rather than just down can be really beneficial as well for 3. In and out through the nose and 2. And then gently from that space, begin to draw yourself back up and we'll reach through those arms and just begin to slowly lower ourselves down onto our backs. Take your hands, bring them right beside your hips. Walk your feet in so they're hip width apart. And just begin to inhale, lift that heart space up, bridge pose. So from here, you can take your elbows, bend them, and your palms are gonna reach up towards the sky. And maybe from that space, you can start to slide your right shoulder underneath you a little bit more and slide your left shoulder underneath you a little bit more. And just think up, up, up and away for 3, front side of the body open, shins reaching towards the walls behind you, and perhaps the collarbone area is reaching towards your forehead for 2. Breath in and breath out, and then gently release that. And from that space, arms come out to the side, shins up towards the ceiling, or shins parallel with the ceiling and the earth, ending where we started. Big breath in, on an exhale, over to the right. And this time, perhaps, gaze over to the left. Breath in. And breath out. Big inhale. And big exhale. And then inhale, bring it back towards your center. Exhale, slide it over to the other side. Soften gaze over other shoulder for 3. In and out through the nose and 2. Breath in. And breath out. And then the knees come up in towards the chest, forearms around those shins. Give yourself a nice big squeeze here. And then from that space, legs are out in front, palms right your side, shoulders soften down the back, and it's Shavasana as you lie on your back and let all of the benefits soften into the body. The breath is easy and natural. Heels are in, toes are out, palms are up. Relax. And as you sit in this space, just being in a space of silence, letting yourself listen. Yeah, beginning to feel gravity softening you down. And from there, guys, take a big inhale through the nose. And the open mouth exhale lets it go. A little bit of movement, toes, fingers, ankles, wrists. Arms nice and long overhead, reaching through those arms, reaching through those legs, drawing the knees up and towards the chest, and rolling over to one side for a few breaths. Just gently beginning to press yourself up into a nice comfortable seat, sitting up nice and tall. And this is another one where sometimes a couple of books or pillows underneath the bottom can help the knees soften down and the spine lengthen up. And from that space, with the eyes closed and the hands at the heart center, beginning to bow your gaze down in a gesture of gratitude for this practice that allows us to shake off the debris and discover what is waiting underneath it all. Giving thanks. Namaste. Short and sweet.